Hi everyone. I'd like to share some information on the programmable scriptures that's been doing the rounds. When I say scriptures, I am not referring to the biblical or historical scriptures or material that we're reading off of. Hence why I thought I should actually do a specific discussion with you on this particular matter as such. Now, there's a document that's been going around, and I don't know if it's actually been seen by most people, but I will post the link of it on my website, and I'm not going to give it a name either because of the algorithms. And speaking of which, I have a back channel, which I am working on populating as we speak. So if anything happens to this channel on YouTube, please subscribe on the other channel so that you can still follow me if you wish. So what I would like to explain to you is something to do with, I'm going to call it predictive programmable scripting, PPS. I'm calling it that. That's why I'm calling it. I'm coining that word. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because we have to take in consideration a few things before I actually explain to you what I'm saying, or maybe I should just say what it is. When we read something, what happens to our conscious minds when we read it, and what does it become, and how powerful it is? And this can be anything. So the reason I'm bringing this up is so many of us are looking around and doing our research. We're doing journaling work. We are even talking to people about things that have been going the rounds and doing its thing. And I would like to bring to our attention how we bring things across and what we read when we are reading what we are looking at, that we must be mindful. And for those who know me, who've been with me for a while, from the beginning of this channel, you are aware that I've been going on probably ad infinitum about how we create within our conscious thoughts a thought which is then projected into this reality through light. Now we know that the eyes have cells in them that emit light, and that our hearts have that same cell, same wall around the heart has got that same cell. Now, I'm not a biologist, so I'm not going to give you the biological terminology for it, but if you really are interested, please look it up and be mindful at what you're looking at. If you want to look at the same cellular structure that the eyes are made up of, it's the same cellular structure that's inside of the heart. So we must be careful, as we are aware that what we look at, we connect within our thoughts, and that becomes a reality. It doesn't matter what it is. So now, knowing that, putting that to one side, I'd like to share with you, and I'm going to go do I'm going to share my screen with you because I'm doing the recordings on Zoom these days. It's so much easier. What we're looking at, aside from what the material is about, just look at what they want us to create by reading it and by releasing this document to the public, and then by hosting you, us, me, our families, everyone, to look at it and to join in on the bandwagon with them to create it. Because remember now, I said that we are dealing with the psychopaths or the psychosis of the ones who are the walking dead, the ones who don't really, who are anti-life. So naturally, the ones who are anti-life do not have the capacity or the ability to create as such. And this is why we have created this channel, because we're the ones with the fire. And we've just ignited our fire and we're on this path. So I'm going to share with you this information, and I will put the document I'll put the links on my website. It might be easier for you to download, to look at, but this is basically the plan. There of many other plans that they have, but this is just, I'm just using this as an example of what we must be mindful of when we read things or when we talk to people, that we speak with awareness, that we are aware of how we speak and what we think, that whatever we think and how we think, that becomes a reality. Now, I'm not saying that we have created what's happening now. I'm saying that they are trying to make us created to become a reality. Because right now we are all aware, those who are on this channel, that there are so many lies being fed to everyone. And the ones who are being fed these lies, they are the ones that are formulating that creative ability. They are the ones that are making that a reality. Okay, so let me share with you. Okay, so we're looking at a document that is called this. I'm not going to use the name, the words, I'm not going to say it, but this is the document. Okay. And the key word, the most important key word that we have to consider is this. Very important. The reason I'm saying to you this is we are aware that narcissists are people who use future commitments. They use the future projection. This is what they call that. So that you will always be hooked into their control. But keep the words in mind that I'm telling you right now. There's nothing happening right now. It says it's only a scenario. Okay. So this scenario, to do that, okay, their focus is on us, on communication. That is why all of these things are shut off. The ability to be physically connected to people, they're shutting that off because they're predominantly wanting to use, aside from the scientific explanation why they want to do this, aside from the doomsday commentary, why, aside from all of the narratives I'm explaining to you, they want us to create this for them. And I've been saying this for years, not this specifically, but be careful what we look at and what we think about, that is what could be part of their predictive scripture. Okay, so now, excuse me, this is about this thing, which is otherwise called as the covert operations, which is what I'm calling the crown sickness. I'm calling it that. Okay. So now, what they want us to look at is this. This is just You're going to read this for yourself. I'm not going to go into details and analyze everything. This is not a conspiracy channel at all. My aim is to share with you how they use words and what they want us to create. Just happens to be a very clear, specific document. So if you read here, such and such of so and so scenarios and simulations in preparing for these things. Okay, so now they kindly share this with you, just so that you know. The forward-looking so-and-so scenario is a tool meant to prompt readers to imagine, okay? Imagine the dynamics and oftentimes conflicted circumstances in which such and such emergency communications take place. So by engaging readers with a rigorous simulated health or condition, the scenario provides multiple timelines for readers to mentally rehearse responses while also weighing the implications of their actions. That's it. And the next part is producing this and imaginative narratives. There's your key word. Imaginative narratives. Okay? So I'm interrupting myself. Why I'm saying this, that you need to be very careful, be very mindful. Let your mind shine on the lies and the hidden messages that you can see so that you can't be tripped up by believing it. It's all friendly written. It's all friendly. It's like the old witch in the house that with the sugar coated house, the sugar house, the sweet house, right? Crazy story that. Producing this about the future to inform decision making in the present is to approach the planning and risk management, blah, 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 blah. And so it goes. And so it goes. And so it goes on. They want us to imagine. And we must live it. When we imagine something, we are creating, not so? Think about it. They want you to train in this. They are saying a majority of studies on the effectiveness of training in emergency risk communication, in particular, conclude that the so-and-so of tabletop exercises, tabletop computer, right? And simulation for training include enhanced awareness. So much you must be brainwashed. You must brainwash yourself, okay? With your imagination, they give you the script to read, and you must imagine it, and it must become a reality for you, so that when you open your eyes again, it's happening. And then they'll say, but we've been warning you. Okay. I'm not going to be hanging too much on this document, but I am going to leave it here. So what I want to bring to your attention, actually, I'm just going to remove this. If you need to read the entire thing, please go ahead and I'll find the links for you to go into. But this is what they want us to do. They want us to create for them their scenario that they want to feed, that they are feeding us with in their media, in our in our short messaging systems, which are predictive when we are in groups online and people go on there and they start saying it's going to be the end of the world and I'm going to die, I'm going to kill myself, blah, 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 blah. Or others are like, and then they start bringing in things that they speak as if it's already happening. They speak in present tense. They speak as if it's already happening. It's not happened yet. Nothing's happened yet. There's just boogeyman disease running around. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying the boogeyman is making the disease, this ease of the soul, worse, so that your soul just accepts it as that's your fate. So what I'm talking about is we're facing the forces face to face now. This video is about facing them face to face and telling them to back off, because we can see what they're writing. We can see that they're trying to con us into letting our energy be used against us. This is what I've been saying, and I'm going to be harping on that. So when we write down anything, when I read anything, when I write something, I must be mindful how I write. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm sorry that you're getting ill. That means I'm making you ill. I must write, hey, I'm sorry. Please be mindful. Rather write, get better. So we are having to change our ability to communicate. We must be aware of it. I've got another example which I just saw the other day, and I thought to myself, gosh, if everyone, if these people, and I'm referencing to people on the group that I belong to, a few of them, and it's all about the sky has fallen down, and it's the end, and I'm just going to carry on posting news on this thing, this covert operation, this crown disease. I'm going to keep on posting as much as I can about it, because maybe just because I'm now turning into a lemming as well, and I'm just keep on posting about it instead of posting information about how to overcome how to build on self-sustainability, how to make it, how to stay sane, how to, I'm not saying deny I'm not saying deny it. I'm saying be mindful what you're posting. I'm saying be mindful what you're writing. I'm saying present. This is it. Here's my solution. We have to create our own solutions to predictive scripting. Because before you know it, 50 people in your neighborhood have turned against themselves and each other and us and you and whatever. So this information that I'm sharing with you has got a very, very serious undertone. I apologize if it's perhaps too direct, but we have to be careful how we write and what we read and how we read. You'll probably find it in movies as well, where they're saying it's already happened, like it's past tense. Seriously? We have to be careful that we don't slip into their time streams, their timelines. I'm calling it timelines. because that's what they're doing. They're messing around with the timelines. They're going in present tense, and then they go past tense, and then they go future tense. And so they keep hopping around. And as soon as you're getting control of your feet, as soon as you're aware that you like decided, now today I'm going to do it, be fine. Out comes something. Have you not noticed? Works on your energetic algorithms, not your spirit, not your physical or your computer stuff that they're reading off of. It's your energetic energy, your biorhythms, rather, your organic biorhythms. You're picking up on it. We will discuss this in further depth, but I'm just going to leave this with you. And we're definitely in this together. And for those who have come on and shared with me uh, your experiences, your thoughts, thank you very much. And yes, the moon has changed, and so is the sun. And then again, we have multiple suns and multiple moons in many, many planes of this existence. But we are in a new age, a new aeon, and we have to set the path for ourselves. Remember, I said that this is a very specific path that we will take you as we speak. Thank you, and much more.